Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to really cut through the noise and give you insights you can actually use.
Absolutely.
Today we're tackling something I think, well, pretty much every digital marketer listening knows all too well.
Mm-hmm.
That constant, relentless grind of repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that eats up hours.
Oh, yeah. Compiling reports, digging through competitor websites, mapping out content schedules.
Exactly. It's all crucial work, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it drains so much brain power, right? Energy you could be using for, like, actual strategy, big picture thinking.
Sure. Work, yeah.
But what if? What if there's something new that could seriously shift that dynamic?
Uh-huh.
We're diving into ChatGPT Agent today. And look, this isn't just another AI tool popping up. Think of it more like a virtual marketing assistant.
Right. It's a step beyond just generating text or making a picture.
Precisely. This AI can actually take proactive action. Seriously, it feels like we're stepping out of science fiction here.
It kind of does, yeah.
The big promise, the real core
Right.
of ChatGPT Agent, is that it can execute tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like a really diligent digital partner. It can reason, it can problem solve, it can do complex jobs right there in a web browser.
Like a person would, almost.
Yeah. So our mission for this deep dive, we're going to unpack what ChatGPT Agent really is, how it actually works.
Under the hood, so to speak.
Exactly. And most importantly, give you really concrete examples how you can use this thing to delegate those super time-consuming jobs, to really revolutionize your workflow.
And we're drawing all this from that detailed guide, right? ChatGPT Agent.
Right.
Revolutionizing digital marketing through autonomous AI.
That's the one. Okay, so let's unpack this. We all kind of get the AI tools that write stuff or make images,
Yeah.
but you're saying Agent is fundamentally different. What's the key difference?
Right. So the core thing, it really goes beyond just, language skills, which are already impressive. It's the capacity for action. That's the game changer.
Action, meaning?
It operates inside its own secure, isolated, virtual computer. Think of it like a sandbox environment.
Okay, like a safe space for it to work.
Exactly. And it's got everything it needs in there, its own web browser, a code editor, other tools. So it can go online, download files, crunch data, use web apps.
Just like a human user would.
Pretty much, yeah. But critically, it does all this without touching your personal computer. It's all contained.
Got it. Safe and separate.
And here's something really interesting for you, the listener. One of its standout features is the transparency.
Transparency? How so?
You can actually watch everything the agent does in real time on a recorded screen.
Wait, really? You see the mouse move?
You see the cursor move, you see websites opening, data getting copied and pasted, the works.
Wow.
And that transparency is super important. It lets you understand its thought process. And crucially, you can step in. You can correct it if it goes off track.
Okay, so you're not just firing instructions into the void.
Not at all. Plus, it's not just following a rigid script. It has reasoning capabilities.
Meaning it can think for itself, sort of?
In a way, yeah. Like if it hits a snag, maybe a website layout is weird or a button doesn't work.
Which happens all the time.
Right. It can adapt. It'll basically tell itself, okay, plan A didn't work. Let me try finding a link in the navigation bar instead. It problem solves.
That's pretty smart.
And it integrates its tools seamlessly. It can browse the web, then maybe use DALL-E to create an image it needs.
That's the AI image generator.
Yeah. And then it might activate its data analysis tool, the code interpreter, to process a spreadsheet it just downloaded, all in one flow.
Okay, that's starting to sound seriously powerful. So for someone listening, thinking, all right, I want to try this, what's the starting point? How do you actually use it?
It's actually surprisingly straightforward to get going. In the ChatGPT interface, you just flip a switch for agent mode.
Okay.
Then you describe your task, and the more detailed, the better. Really spell it out.
And then just watch it go.
Pretty much. You observe it work, but the real power, honestly, is that you can manage it. Like an employee, almost.
So you can jump in mid-task.
Yep. Give it more instructions, correct its course if needed. It's interactive. You're guiding it.
Right, okay. Let's get practical then. Let's move from the what to the how. I mean, think about something like SEO reports.
Oh, the bane of many marketers' existence.
Totally. Essential, vital even, but so laborious. Pulling data from analytics, Search Console, SEMrush, RFs. It takes forever.
It's a massive time sink. And this is where the agent can be pretty remarkable. It can automate almost that entire process.
And there's the whole thing. How?
The key, like we said, is a really detailed, clear prompt. You have to tell it exactly what you need.
Okay, give me an example.
Sure. You could say something like, act as an SEO specialist. Create a detailed SEO performance report for June 2025 for the website hardisonbakery.com.
Be specific.
Very specific. Then add the objective. Analyze its SEO performance and compare it against two competitors, freshlybaked.com and breadandbutter.co.
Gotcha. So it knows the goal and the context.
Exactly. Then this agent will go out, use tools, maybe Ubersuggest, maybe PageSpeed Insights, whatever it needs. Grab the data on traffic, keywords, backlinks, site health.
All the usual metrics.
All of that. Then it synthesizes it, gives you actionable recommendations, and here's the kicker. It can even format the whole thing into, say, a Google Slides presentation.
No way.
Yeah, with specific slides you request, like Slide 1, title, Slide 2, SEO performance summary, Slide 3, backlink analysis. You define the structure.
That is seriously impressive. Just the report generation is huge.
Well, wait, there's more. Once it's done that first report, you can click this little clock icon, schedule it, tell it to run this exact same task again next month.
You're kidding. Fully automated monthly SEO reports.
100% automated. Think about that. It frees you or your SEO specialist from just gathering data.
To actually using the data, focusing on strategy implementation.
Precisely. It changes the job description, fundamentally.
Okay, mine's slightly blown on that one. What else? Let's talk content. Content marketing, always this mix of planning and then just churning out the assets.
Right, strategy and execution. The agent can help with both. Researching ideas, building the schedule, and creating the actual content pieces.
Okay, but how does it know? Like our brand voice, how does it stay consistent? That's always the challenge with AI content.
Great question. And the sources point to a feature called projects. This is really important.
Projects.
Yeah, it's where you store persistent information, your brand guidelines, tone of voice instructions, visual identity notes, target audience profiles, all that stuff.
So it has long-term memory for your brand.
Kind of, yeah. You set it up once, then when you give it a task like, create an Instagram content calendar for our sustainable fashion brand Evo Threads for the first 2 weeks of August 2025.
Okay.
You specify the details. 3 posts per week. Focus on these content pillars. Deliverables should be the caption, a deli prompt to generate the image, and relevant hashtag sets.
And you want it all in a spreadsheet.
Yep, maybe compiled into a Google Sheet. And because it has access to those project guidelines...
The output should actually match the brand.
Exactly. It doesn't just suggest ideas. It produces ready-to-use content that adheres to your brand rules. Think of the hours saved and the consistency you gain.
That seamlessness, that consistency. Yeah, that's huge for branding. Okay, another area, UX research. Understanding how users actually interact with your site.
Trying to role-play as a user yourself is, well, tedious. And you miss things. You're biased.
Totally. You know where things should be.
Right. So you can assign this to the agent. Ask it for a detailed UX study.
How would that prompt look?
Define the objective clearly, like compare the course enrollment journey on our platform, mydeskel.edu, with our competitor, coursera.org.
Okay, side-by-side comparison.
And specify the exact steps. Start at the homepage, search for data science course, view course details, proceed to payment, map out the whole journey.
And the agent just does it.
It acts like a customer. It goes through each step, takes screenshots, and makes notes along the way.
What kind of notes?
Things like, okay, at this step, I had to fill out 7 fields. That seems like a lot. Or, oh, the competitor's quick view button here is really helpful. Real user-like observations.
And the output.
You get a side-by-side analysis, maybe highlighting differences, friction points, and specific recommendations for improving your platform.
That kind of detailed walkthrough would take ages manually.
Easily hours, maybe a full day. The agent can do it in minutes. Documenting everything objectively gives you that evidence-based perspective.
Huge efficiency gain there.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of sifting through data, customer sentiment.
Oh, boy. Yeah, manually reading thousands of comments on Reddit, Facebook, review sites.
It's a nightmare. You could drown in that data.
Totally. But the agent can handle it.
How?
Again, define the scope. Do a customer sentiment analysis comparing 2 fintech apps, Cashflow and Paywise.
Specify where to look.
Yep. Focus on reddit.com/personal finance, relevant public Facebook groups, tech review sites, and tell it what aspects to look for. Analyze sentiment regarding features, pricing, customer service, UI.
So it goes out and scrapes comments.
It collects the relevant comments, yeah. Then it classifies the sentiment positive, negative, neutral.
For each comment.
For each one. And it identifies the key themes people are talking about, good or bad.
What do you get at the end?
A structured spreadsheet, usually. But it can go further. It can create visualizations.
Like charts.
Exactly. A pie chart showing the praise-complaint ratio, a bar chart comparing which features get the most love or hate for each app.
Wow. So it turns all that qualitative opinion into quantitative insights.
That's the magic. It helps you make decisions based on what the market is actually saying, not just gut feeling. It turns that noise into signal.
That feels like it democratizes market research almost, making deep insights accessible.
I think that's a great way to put it. Okay, final use case example. Building a content strategy from scratch.
Right, the blank page problem. Starting a new YouTube channel, a blog. Where do you even begin?
It's daunting. But the agent can actually do the initial heavy lifting, the whole niche research process.
Oh.
You explain your goal. I want to build a new YouTube channel about backpacking hidden gems in northern Vietnam. Specify the target audience. Young Vietnamese locals and adventurous international travelers.
Okay.
Then the agent goes to work. Competitor analysis. Find 3 similar channels, analyze their 5 most popular videos. Topic research. Identify 10 high-interest topics where existing content quality is low. Audience analysis. Scan comments on competitor videos for 5 common questions or pain points.
So it's doing the market research for you?
Pretty much. And the output isn't just raw data. It's a strategic plan.
Like what?
It might propose a channel name, a channel description, a unique selling proposition, define key content pillars, and even draft a 90-day launch schedule with specific video ideas.
That's basically handing you a roadmap.
A data-driven roadmap built on actual market insights and audience needs, not just guesswork. It seriously ups your chances of success right out of the gate.
Okay, these examples are incredibly compelling, but it does raise a question. With all this power, when should you use the agent versus just standard ChatGPT?
That is a really important distinction to make. It's not the right tool for every single task.
Right, there's got to be a balance.
Exactly. You want to use ChatGPT Agent when things get complex, especially involving multiple sources.
Like pulling data from different websites?
Precisely. Visiting sites, clicking around, scrolling, pulling specific info that's prime agent territory.
What else?
Tasks that combine research and creation, like researching fashion trends on Pinterest, then using delay to make related images and writing captions.
Okay, that multi-step workflow.
Yeah. And cross-platform stuff, getting data from Reddit, putting it into a Google Sheet, anything that involves moving between different web applications or sites.
Makes sense.
And definitely for automating those manual repetitive processes we talked about. If it has lots of steps, takes a long time, but follows clear rules, perfect for the agent.
Right, like the SEO report example.
Exactly. And finally, task needing some simple decision-making, where it has to evaluate options based on criteria you give it.
Okay, so that's when agent shines.
Yeah.
When should we stick with good old standard ChatGPT, the one we're maybe more familiar with?
Standard ChatGPT is often better and faster for straightforward text generation.
Just writing a blog post, an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a script. If you just need text, standard is usually more fluid. Also for brainstorming and just batting ideas around.
Right, you don't need the web browsing overhead for that.
Exactly. And this is important. For tasks needing real nuance and subtlety, like a really important client email or sensitive internal documents, things where the exact wording matters immensely and you need 100% human control.
Don't trust the agent with high-stakes communication.
Probably not for the final draft, no. Also, any task where errors could have serious consequences, financial loss, reputational damage, stick with human oversight.
Makes sense. Risk management.
And finally, just raw speed. If you need an answer right now, agent tasks take time, sometimes minutes, because they're actually doing things online. Standard ChatGPT gives you text in seconds.
Okay, that clarifies the when. Now, this power, it feels like there need to be some guardrails, right? Best practices. What are the potential pitfalls here?
Absolutely. It's powerful, but it's not perfect. It's still new technology. You need to be aware of limitations.
Such as?
Well, it can make errors occasionally, especially on websites with really complex code or tricky anti-bot measures.
Okay, so it might get stuck sometimes.
It might. Also, long sessions can sometimes get disconnected, which can be frustrating if it was halfway through a big job.
Ugh, yeah, losing progress.
And context limits. If you give it a really long, complex set of instructions deep into the workflow, it might sometimes forget the very first things you told it.
Right, the memory isn't infinite.
And speed, as we mentioned, tasks with lots of web interaction just take longer. Don't expect instant results for complex jobs.
Got it. Anything else? Any major warnings?
Yes. One really critical limitation. Data privacy. This is huge.
Okay, tell me more.
Because the agent is browsing the web inside a remote session hosted by OpenAI, not on your own computer.
Right, the sandbox thing.
You should never, ever give it sensitive personal login credentials. No bank logins, no confidential business logins,
Absolutely not.
no private financial information. Don't upload highly confidential company data. Just don't do it. Treat that remote session as potentially public.
That is a vital warning.
Yeah.
Seriously important for anyone listening.
Wow.
Okay, so bearing those limitations and that big privacy warning in mind, what are the best practices for actually using it successfully?
First off, be hyper-specific in your instructions.
More details better.
Way better. Treat it like you're delegating to a smart intern who has zero context. Spell out every step, every assumption.
Okay, clarity is key.
Second, start small. Don't try to automate your entire business on day one. Begin with simple tasks, maybe just pulling info from one site, before you build complex workflows.
Learn to walk before you run.
Exactly. Third, think like a manager, not just someone giving orders.
Meaning?
Guide it. Watch what it's doing. Be ready to pause it, give feedback, correct its course if it starts going slightly wrong. Don't just hit go and walk away, especially at first.
Active supervision.
Fourth, really use that projects feature we talked about.
The brand guidelines storage.
Yeah. Take the time to set up your brand info, your key requirements. It gives the agent that long-term memory and makes it way more effective and consistent over time.
Invest time up front to save time later.
Precisely. Fifth, and this is crucial, always review the output.
Don't just trust it blindly.
Never.
Yeah.
Never trust it 100%. Use what it gives you as a really good first draft, maybe even a 90% draft. But that final review, the final approval, that's still on you.
Human oversight is non-negotiable.
Absolutely. And finally, combine the agent's power with your human judgment.
How do you mean?
Let the agent do the grunt work,
Oh.
the data gathering, the processing, the initial structuring. Then you step in with your experience, your wisdom, to draw the deeper strategic insights from that data.
So AI handles the what, human handles the so what.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay, fantastic advice. So for listeners who are now eager to actually try this, how do they get started? What are the practical first steps?
Right now, ChatGPT Agent is typically available on the paid plans, ChatGPT Plus Pro team plans.
Okay, so you need a subscription.
Generally, yes. Then you just look for the agent toggle switch, usually within the main ChatGPT interface, turn it on.
Simple enough.
Then start with a clear task description. Maybe adapt one of the examples we discussed today, like the SEO report outline. Be specific.
And then watch it work.
Watch it work. Observe. Learn how it approaches the task. That's honestly the best way to understand its strengths and weaknesses.
And jump in if needed.
Don't hesitate. Pause it. Give it feedback. Clarify instructions if you see it going off course. And like we said, always review the final results carefully. Make tweaks.
Got it. This really does feel like, well, a significant leap. ChatGPT Agent isn't just about generating stuff anymore.
There's a fundamental shift.
Yeah.
From just giving instructions to an AI to actually delegating complex tasks to it, tasks that used to eat up so much human time and effort.
Yeah, it moves beyond just being a tool to being more like a digital team member almost.
I think that's right. By automating that research, the data crunching, the content prep, it genuinely frees you up.
Frees you up for what, though?
For the high-value work, the creative thinking, the strategic planning, the nuanced decisions that, frankly, AI can't replicate, the stuff that really moves the needle.
Like human stuff.
Exactly. As these agents get better, and they will, they're going to become just an essential part of every marketer's toolkit, I think.
So the real key, it sounds like, is finding that sweet spot, that balance.
Absolutely. Using the agent for what it's good at, those time-sucking, repetitive jobs.
Let it handle the grind.
Right. While you maintain the critical human oversight for the strategy, the creativity, the ethical considerations, the final call.
AI augmentation, not replacement.
That's the goal.
So let's leave our listeners with this thought. Imagine your role in marketing evolving, shifting away from being defined by the sheer grind of manual tasks, and instead being defined by the thrill of pure strategic innovation. Just think.
Yeah.
What new creative heights could you actually reach if all that mundane stuff was just handled?